During the work time, it will be like a silent work time unless you need poet's attention. What should you do if you want one of their help while you're working on poems today? What do you think you want help with?
pursued by two wrongs. How I get chosen for a lesson from evil lessons. At least I learned quickly for evil's leasing, and a vacant mind is as appealing as a villa on Section 8. Section that hates catalog and ready to write a letter K to see you go minstrel as long as you flow like minstrels. They want to see you bleed on the path, period. With no regard for how relieving the dull ache of your past more than once a month can make 1 week. Entertain them with your hurting. They will pimp you for your ability to make your problems pretty. Poets will pity your crittings, will take advantage of the present of your presence and treat you gritty while grinning. Gritto, see it, I've seen it. With wide eyes, even when things appear black and white, folks will change their colors like tie-dye. To die, surprise, why lie? But why lie with your line if you believe that Allah is watching? Or Yah, Ra, Jah, Jehovah, Adonai, Elohim, Osiris, Oshun, Shiva, Thor, or Zeus. So many words for God, so many religions, so many divisions, so many men who want to multiply and transmogrify the word based on their feelings. Well, if it's my turn, I think that God is omnipotent, a pie that we are all pieces of. God is 3.14159265, 9% dark matter, and all the rest love. I believe that God doesn't meddle in the manners of man, meaning pick up your bed and walk alone. Your faith will only be as full as you feel it. It is in our spirit that we are filled with the energy of God. So feel it, evolve, love, question, create, oh creatures of reason, or receive back into the sea. Recreationally, I run off on tangents while writing because I don't want the Most High to regret creating me. So, that was a tangent poem, and there is no right or wrong way to do that. You will start with one word, one sentence, one phrase, whatever it is. Let's take, 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and first word, first sentence comes to your mind. Don't say it out loud, just keep it there. Everybody got their thoughts, their words, their sentences, their song lyrics, their color, their number, anything.
I know what your word is. Lemon.
Everybody have something to start with? If you have your word or your phrase on a piece of paper, you're going to write that word or that sentence, that quote, that name, anything, whatever it is. There's no right or wrong way to do that. You get your piece of paper.
Materials are being passed out with super quick.
I want you to write the word down that you're going to use. Everyone have pencils and paper? Everyone ready with a pencil and paper? Okay, write your word in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Does everyone have a word on their page? Who doesn't have a word? I'm going to give you 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mouths off. Begin writing. You have 10 minutes.
How many of you guys are kind of like, it's really ain't for me? Okay, well, writing is not for everybody, but there are some tips that I can give you guys if you are interested in getting better, either to enjoy it or to become a professional with it, because I started when I was just a little girl. So if you keep working on something, it can become what you do. Anybody here know about Star Wars? You know about Star Wars? You're going to know where this next quote or this next thing comes from. And it is do or do not. There is no try. Remember that? And what that means is when you get to write, be it a poem, be it a song, be it a story, even if you get into your technical writing, either you're going to write a piece or you're not. Don't say, I'm trying to write, I'm trying to be creative, I'm trying to come up with these ideas. You're going to sit down and write or not. Now, if you find yourself coming to a place where you need to write, but you can't write or it does not come to you, this is where the next tip comes in. Writing is life, so that means get out and live. Just like yesterday, I spent so many hours in front of my computer like, where is this song coming from? Why can I not finish writing down this piece? And so, you know what I did? I got up and I was going to have lunch with my baby at the school. Writing is life. So, life is living. Life is for living. So, you have something that you like to do. You like to play basketball or video games, or if you're a dancer, or if you like to cook, get up. Go find something that you enjoy doing. Talk to a friend, hang out, ask your parents for something, go spend time with somebody, and then let life inspire you to write whatever it is that you are going to write. And my third tip about being a good writer is you absolutely cannot. It is not possible. It is not going to ever happen. If anybody tells you different, they're lying. You cannot be a good writer if you are not person. So, that means books are very important. Being aware and paying homage to writers who come before you and being familiar with other people's work, picking up that book, opening it, reading, finding something that you can identify with and find a home in. That is what's going to help you be a better writer. These people are published for a reason, and most of the time it's because they're good at writing. So if you want to get better at writing, you must be a reader. That is the prerequisite for being a good writer. Reading other people's work and becoming familiar with it, studying. Now, you got your poem written, you're confident, you know how to be the best writer in the whole entire world because I have faith in you guys. I think you guys can do it. So how do you get up here and how do you perform? So, this is where we're going to tag team in here because I'm sure you can give them some tips too as far as how do you become a good performer. Well, what's the first most important thing when you're on stage and you're in front of somebody speaking? You want to make sure, okay, let's see, yes. Eye contact, beautiful. What else? You. Confident? Yes. That is awesome. Who else has something to add? Yes, here.
You need to use the college voice.
Yes. All of those are perfect. So we have eye contact, we have confidence, we have a loud voice. All of those are essential when you are performing poetry. But beyond that, there are some poetry readings. That's another thing that we do when you're performing, and that is going to be memorization. So, you want to memorize the poem. That is important. But what happens if you mess up a poem that's supposed to be memorized? Exactly. This is your original work. So, if you are ever on stage and you mess up or you forget, guess what? Remix, that's new. You just came up with it. You flew it off the top of your head because this is your word. So there isn't going to be anybody. I don't care if you become the biggest poet in the whole entire world in the history of ever, and everybody knows all of your poems and they know every lyric. You just change it up on that stage that day, for that particular poem or for that particular audience. And so never let that throw you off your game. If you forget something or oh no, I don't know, or oh no, so don't throw you off because nobody can tell you about your art better than you can. So, Sheri.
Number 2, if you make a mistake, and I didn't reintroduce myself. I am Sheri Hall. I'm also a performance poet. I host the radio show, Gospel of Poets. I have mentored students as well as adults in writing poetry, performing poetry, as well as lend my talents to many churches because I do poetry also as a ministry. When you mess up, because it will happen. I'm just saying no one's perfect. When you mess up, so just expect to mess up. Make that mess up flow seamlessly. Don't admit it. Don't blush. Don't even have a tell. Just keep it rolling like, look, this is what I meant to do. I'm a G. I can change it up whenever I want to. Period. Because again, you're the poet. And they can't tell you what you meant to do with your performance. And the other skill, I would say, just like Envion said, if you can, because I've told Malia before that I am spastic and a klutz, so I don't really want to be holding paper in front of people, and you don't really want me holding your microphones if you still want them to be unbroken. So I try to memorize and have a microphone stand, but if I absolutely must read a poem, the paper is a tool, it is not a crutch. So when you hold your paper like this, you hide yourself from your audience. If you hold it like this and you're here, you're hiding yourself from your audience. The paper is a tool, not a crutch. And let's see. Feeling the way to be a professional. Don't be afraid to be experimental with your performance.
Exactly.
If you wrote something, let's say, for example, like the Break Poet poem, you guys weren't up here to hear that. However, there's, I make all kinds of sounds, musical sounds and things like that. If I did not completely commit to that poem, I would sound like an idiot. If I just kind of shyly went into it, like I know this poem's supposed to have beboxing, and I acted all nervous and scared and afraid, I would look crazy. However, if you commit to whatever you say you're going to commit to, I don't care what words you use, what sentences you wrote, commit to it. So that means if you're going to write it and you're going to read it, you better make sure it's something you're going to be able to say. I don't encourage the use of curse words, but guess what? If you wrote one and you plan on reading one, you better make sure you can say one, because I'll call you out on it and make you say it over and over. Because I'm just that nice.
So, having these tips in mind, Malia's going to tell you a little bit about how you can perform your poems for us next week. Go for it, Malia.
Okay, so next week we'll be judging a couple people for performing your poem on Friday. So during lunch, throughout the week next week, me and a couple others will be judging you. You must not have any type of detentions or any revocations. You must be able to attend, and you must have a complete poem and be ready for next week.
So if you've got a poem right now, and you're like, heck yeah, I want to perform this next week, we're going to let you keep those poems, edit them however you want, practice them so that you are not holding your paper in front of your face. You either need to be memorized or very ready to perform it without depending on it. And next week at lunch, we'll call you up if you're interested to perform that for the community meeting leaders who you've seen up here. So what's going to happen right now is Bianca and I here are going to be passing out note cards. If you're interested in performing, write your name down. We're going to pick those up and we'll just call you up at lunch. Hey, show us your poem. If we you like it, go perform for us on Friday. So they're going to come around right now, pass out note cards. They're going to bring some pencils with them so that if you want to write your name down, go for it. If you are not interested in performing, but you've got a really good poem that you want to share, you can submit them either with your name or anonymously next Friday at community meeting. So even if you don't want to perform, but you got a poem you like, bring it to community meeting. You can take your name off it if you want, and we're going to compile them all together so that we can all read all of them. So take those poems home. Do not lose them. If you want to perform, put your name on a note card, and then bring your poem back on Friday and submit that for the poem.
So as we have passing out those note cards, like Ms. Kirby said, write your name on them. We're not going to collect them here. Your prep teacher can collect that from you because we've got to get you guys out so we get 7th grade in here. So make sure that you have, a lot of you all have pencils. You did not show up with pencils, so you should not be walking away with pencils. That's just all bad getting ready to happen. Leave the pencils on the table. And take your poem with you and your note card. Try your prep teacher for dismissal.
Before we go, can we give a round of applause for our guests?
Ladies and gentlemen, there's one more thing that I'd like to leave you guys with as far as performance tips and just going about life tips. Do not shrink. You are large. You are a voice in this world, and what you have to say matters. Do not let anybody tell you different. Okay? All right. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you for being here. Everybody like to anybody here know about Star Wars? Okay, so or not, there is no prize. So either you're going to sit down and you're going to write the poem or the song or the short story or whatever it is that you're writing. But you're not going to try to write. You're not going to try to be creative. You're not going to try to be brilliant. You're not going to try to be geniuses. You're not going to try to be the next whoever, because you already have all of those capabilities inside of you. So you can write that. You're going to do it or you're not going to do it. Now, if you find yourself in a position where you just cannot write, you have a writer's block, you can't come up with the ideas, you can't think of the words to say, put them together, everything right now, it just doesn't flow right, it doesn't sound okay, you don't like it, well, writing is life. So, you cannot write if you are not living. If you ever come to a point where you have writer's block, get up, go do something that you enjoy doing. That isn't right. Go out, have a nice walk in the park. Go play a sport or play a video game. Watch your favorite show. Call your best friend. Go and talk to a family member. Just go and experience life and let that inspiration and that exuberance find you, and then you can create. We're not trying. We either are going to do it or we are not. And this third tip is probably the most important one, because let me let you in on a little secret. You cannot, it is not possible at all if anybody ever tells you anything different, they are not telling you the truth, they are lying can identify with, the material you enjoy, and allow that to influence and inspire you. Once you become really good at reading, writing well will come naturally, but it does not go before that. You're not going to be a good writer. You're not going to be successful at writing if you don't read. So, now that you guys know what you have to do to write well, what you have to do to perform well. Anybody have any ideas? Something they can raise their hand and tell me. What makes a good performer?
Speak loudly.
Speak loudly. Good job. Who else? Anybody else want to add anything? Right here. Exactly. Right here. Look at yours. Awesome. Awesome. You have anything else? Right here. Eye contact. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All of those things are very important, and they are essential for public speaking, no matter if you're going to be doing a poem or any other type of talking in front of a group. You need to speak loudly, make eye contact, get over that stage fright, and yes, exactly.
Do it.
Just do it. Just do it, exactly. So, which brings us to this next point, memorizing. Memorize your poems, or when you attempt to memorize your poems, and it just does not work. This is something that we run into a lot with people who are adults, and they do poetry for their profession, and, oh, shoot, I'm up here, I'm doing my poem, I'm flowing, I'm into it, and then I mess up. What do you do in that moment? Well, I'm going to tell you what you do in that moment. You remix the poem. That is your specific introduction to a whole new way of doing that particular poem. Because guess what? You are the artist. You are the poet. You are the writer. You created this. So if you want to change it, if your mind decides that you're going to change it in a particular performance, then guess what? You go with that. You don't have to stop. Oh no, I'm not. It's horrible. I gotta go sit down. I can't ever do this again. It happens to everybody, all of us. The best poet you've ever seen has had a moment where they were on stage and they blew it, or they thought they did. But the difference between making a mistake and just killing the whole thing is the ability to keep going on. So if you stumble, if you mess up a whole line, it does not matter. Keep it going, because this is your artistic expression, and nobody can tell you how to do that better than you. Sheri, anything to add?
Yeah. Just letting you know, if you do mess up and you're like, oh, guess what you did? You let everyone else know you messed up. Keep the secret. Keep the secret. If you messed up, don't even be embarrassed. You don't own it. You a boss. Own it. This is your poem. This is my art. I don't care if it don't look like what I wrote. I don't care if I missed 8 lines out of the poem. That's how I chose to perform, because that is the meaning that I meant to convey.
Exactly.
On this. And the other part of it, for people who don't necessarily memorize, I would encourage you to read over your poem multiple times so you are familiar with the text. A lot of people are not fluid readers. Does anyone know what I mean by fluid reading? Yes. Smooth. Anyone else? So, I'm a type of person who can pick up a text the first time I've ever seen it before and read it as if I knew it for 1,000 years. Because I can read like that. Does it always happen like that? No. So, if I'm going to be reading a poem, I commit the time to read over the text multiple times. So when I'm in front of people, I am using paper as a tool and not a crutch. Here, you're hiding yourself from your audience. They're not able to connect with you. Here, if you look down to your paper, they can still see your face and connect with your words, connect with your voice, connect with your eyes. So you're using your paper as a tool and not a crutch. That's all I have for Oh, I forgot one thing. If you use slang, if you use other types of words, if you use use beatboxing, if you use sounds, if you want to use like say sing, and you want to do that. Commit to it. Because nothing sounds more foolish than you not being committed to the words that you write. Yes.
If we can get through announcements from Malia and myself so we know what's happening next week, and if there's still time, we can, but that means that everyone's paying attention so we can get this done quickly. Bianca and I are going to come around and collect only pencils. Poems are for you to take. Malia is going to let you know what option you have for your poem.
Okay, guys. Next week we'll be hearing. We want some of your poems. We like to hear some of your poems next week. And so what you can do is that IK and Bianca will be giving you cards. You can fill them out, so you can hear your poems and decide it next week. You can decide it, or you can give it to us anonymous, or your name on it, so let's read it. So I would like to see some of your next week during lunch. Make sure you don't have any kitchens or republics. Thank you.
So the three options you have for your poem: one, it can be just for you. Two, if you want your poem to be read but you don't want to get up and perform it, you can either submit it with your name on it or anonymously, so no one knows you wrote it but you still want it to be heard, to Malia, Sydney, Bianca, Ms. Kirby, or myself. Or if you want to audition, you need to get none. If you want to recite your poem at community meeting, Bianca will be handing out note cards. You need to write your name and your cohort on it, and next week we'll communicate with you about when you can start practicing. As I and Bianca are coming around with note cards and pencils, give your note cards to your prep teacher, sorry. Note cards to your prep teacher with your name on it. We have time if you don't mind. Make sure, since this is what was asked, we're showing that respect. Let's hold them until we get into the classrooms. At this point, voices should be off. Thanks, Clayton, for meeting that expectation. Thanks, James, for meeting that expectation. Brooke has her voice off. So I am to assume that you want to hear break poet. Okay. Let's see if I have enough breath for this poem today. Okay.
Break those and break those and break those and break those and dum-dums with conscience, num-num. This consignment is reliant on the diet of defiance, break bread with enough yeast to cause an uprising or a riot, break poets. Leave heads spinning with windmills of information, dropping from handstand to elbows, drop, jackhammering your top rock, breaking indoctrination, boomeranging ideas, kicking backs, freeze. Then let it all sink in. Break poets make power moves. Break it down, poet. Educate, poet. Break stereotypes. Break beats. Break the regulated right race rhythm. Breaking expectations. Breaking new ground. Break the mold and the box. Break bones. Originally broken to conform. Break so they won't be deformed. Break societal norms. Break broken promises that break broken hearts. Break lines. Break stanzas. Break English. Break poets. Break them off something tangible. Break like you are our last poets. Like your name is Gil Scott Heron, Asad Shakur, Sam Cooke, Angela Davis. Break like you are a Baraka, a Miri or Amasho. Break like you are corrupting your discourse and civil disobedience. Speak thy rob. Break yourself. Break yourself so that his light can shine through. Breaking every chain. Break down, poets. Break down and cry. Feel it. Break poets break because they have been broken but refuse to be broke down. They break free by consoling broken souls with pens, fans, and microphones, breaking brokenness, bringing breakthroughs till healing can break through. Break poets got breaking to do. Break poets take no breaks because these are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up. Break those and some. Break those and some.
great poets. One, and the voices off in 0. 6, mark and voice off right away, stand up, voice off right away. Now it's the voices off.